If there is one thing that I can say about Flying Lotus is that he will deliver a masterpiece of a soundtrack. If anyone's got me, I know Flylo FM got me. So, Ash is a brand new horror film from Shudder. The film is directed by Flying Lotus himself, and it stars Isa Gonzalez and Aaron Paul. Rhea wakes up on a mysterious planet to discover her crewmates have been slaughtered. When a man named Brian arrives to rescue her, an ordeal of psychological and physical terror emerges. For those of you who may not know, I have been a fan of Flying Lotus's music for quite a while now. Everything from Cosmo Grandma to the Yasuke soundtrack to even Flylo FM on GTA 5. I just really like the guy's music, but I didn't know that he was directing movies. Turns out, prior to Ash, he's directed 2 films. I can't speak on those movies because I've never seen them, or rather, I've never even heard of them. But after watching Ash, I'm gonna have to tune into those movies. First off, I enjoyed the story. So Ash is more of a psychological horror / mystery film, but what I love the most about it is that it keeps you guessing. You question what is real, you question what isn't real. You try to put all the pieces together before the film just essentially tells you. Even in the first act of the film, there are moments of no dialogue, but even during those scenes with no dialogue, the film still keeps you engaged. And I actually really love the progress of the story. One minute you think you figured it out, the next thing you know, you get hit with something completely different. In my opinion, the big reveal was actually pretty crazy. But when we get to that third act, there is no way Flying Lotus is not a fan of Resident Evil. Any movie that goes damn near full Resident Evil in the final act, you damn near got me sold. This film clearly took heavy inspiration from Alien, along with other films like Life and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And the story was simple, but yet effective, and that's all that matters. And I really admire the visuals in this movie. Yes, this film had a rather lower budget, but still, I was still impressed with the visuals. You guys ever see a movie where the visuals were so good that the visuals themselves feel like an actual character? It feels like a character of its own in this insanely massive universe. And this movie has some great camera work. A lot of locked on POV shots, like more than I thought there would be. But I love me a good locked on POV, so no complaints here. Granted, there is a little bit of shaky cam with the action scenes, but nothing to overall ruin the immersion. But not only do you have solid visuals and great camera work, you also have some pretty damn good editing. I was shocked with how good the editing was in this film. I haven't seen a horror film with this good editing since The Substance and Late Night with the Devil. And the acting is also pretty great as well. Isa Gonzalez and Aaron Paul were fantastic. I thought these two had great chemistry. I felt the fear in their heart when they're in the presence of the unknown, and I just liked both of the characters. Do I think these characters are iconic? No, but they're pretty solid. And Ash once again serves as further proof as to why you don't need a high budget backed up from a multi-billion-dollar studio to make your film. All you need is ambition and a dream, and you've got it. Flying Lotus clearly loves horror films. He respects the genre, and he's able to give his own spin on it without having it come across as generic or cliche. And of course, I cannot forget about the most iconic thing in this entire film: the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this movie is extraordinary. And of course, you have the man himself doing not only the directing, but also the soundtrack. And even if you didn't like the film, you gotta admit, the soundtrack was remarkable. Whenever I hear Flying Lotus's music, I feel like my soul is ascending beyond reality. You guys remember that movie Chronicle, where those 3 guys were flying for the first time after discovering their powers? That is how I feel listening to Flying Lotus's music. But in the end, guys, Ash was a surprise for me. Overall, this is a pretty great film made from a passionate filmmaker, and I will forever support original films. And movies like Ash just further proves why smaller indie films deserve to be seen on the big screen. So, plugging Ash into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Ash. Let me know down in the comments section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What is your favorite Flylo song of all time? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comments section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.